Today I wanted to show you how I made this really cute cow neck pillow. I recently discovered that I have something called military neck where I don't have the curve in my neck like normal people do. And so I need a very flat neck pillow that has a lot of give and it needs to be pretty flat. So I had to make my own and I'm actually really happy with it. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. So let's start out with the materials that you'll need. I'm using a washable marker, a tape measuring tape, a reference pillow, neck pillow. If you don't have a neck pillow to use as a reference, because if you're making your own, you probably don't have one. So I will see if I can find some links to some neck pillow patterns down in the description box below that you can find and reference as well. You can also search on Google for neck pillow DIY, and they should have some patterns there for you also. On top of the pattern, you'll also want a few feet of fabric. I always order a yard just because I know that it's a generous amount of fabric and I'll have plenty left. And some polyfilling to stuff the pillow, obviously. You want to either lay it flat on the fabric or pin it down if it's just a paper pattern, and cut around it, making sure that you leave a seam allowance if you're using a reference pillow, or just following the pattern as it says to leave a seam allowance accordingly. When you pin your pattern or use your reference pillow, I suggest you pin your fabric so that it doesn't shift around, because that can be problematic and make your lines not super straight and make it harder to sew the seams when you get there. Once you cut out the fabric and it's all pinned together, make sure that you pin the edges so that they don't shift, and then you want to move to your sewing machine or get out your needle and thread. Just go around the edges, making sure that your fabric is inside out, so it's right side to right side. Both of the wrong sides are facing outside. If you left a lot of excess around the seams like I did, I wanted to make sure that I had the right size pillow, so if it ended up being too small, then I could take it out a little bit more and fix the seams. However, I liked it the way that it was, so I just cut the excess. Then once you've cut around the seams, cleaning those up a little bit so that it's not overly messy on the inside, turn it right side out and we're going to start filling it. For this part, I liked to fill it and then to just kind of shut it with a safety pin so that I could try it out for a couple of days, see if it was comfortable, see if I needed to take some out or add some in, redistribute it, whatever. And I'm really happy that I did that, because I did have to modify it a couple of times to get it to where I wanted it. And now I just need to sew it shut. Once you have your preference of how thick you want it to be, you just take it to your sewing machine and you sew the edges after folding all of them in so that you're hiding your raw edge. Or this part you can also do hand sew, super easy because you just whip stitch it so that it's a hidden seam. I recommend that part because it makes the seam more invisible. The sewing machine is a little bit more obvious, but it's faster, so whatever you prefer. Today's DIY was pretty simple, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to share it. I know that it's probably going to end up being a pretty short video, so if I did miss any details or skip over anything that you have a question about, feel free to share your question down in the comments, because I'm sure somebody else is wondering that exact same thing and you will help them also. So if I did miss any details, I am imperfect, as crazy as that might seem. So just ask the questions that you have down in the comments and I will get to them. But with that, as shocking as that might seem, that is it for today's DIY. Super simple and straightforward, but a neck pillow really is a quality of life improvement. And honestly, I think a lot of people wear it wrong, because when you're on a recliner or something, it's already kind of stuffed. So I flip it upside down like this and have it cradle my head. It's so much more comfortable. It doesn't make me feel like my chin is in my throat. And I don't know if that's a common problem for people, but it's definitely a common problem for me. So again, I apologize for my posting schedule being a bit all over the place for the next couple of months. It will be kind of strange because I'm trying to catch up on my backlog of videos that I'm trying to fix for the copyright claims. That's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's got to be done. So that's taking up a lot of my time, but I will get back to making normal scheduled videos for you every Thursday like usual. But until then, I will try to do some live streams and some gaming and some Animal Crossing. Whatever you guys want to see, please let me know in the comments or on the community post, because it does help me know what you guys want to see, even when I'm short for time and health and energy. So I'm trying to make the best of this situation, and I really appreciate your understanding and your patience with me. Also, I have designed some new merch, and that is live on POM-SHOP, so if you want to go check that out, the link will be down in the description box below. I'll also add a QR code right here for you to go visit that. But they're super adorable. I have started my digital art journey, and I've been making all my own illustrations, and if you like things like that, I think you'll like the designs that I have created in the last few months. Of course, I have my sister channel, Dray of Sunshine, also to talk about health content. I have EDS and fibromyalgia, and if you would like to learn more about what that means, I suggest that you go and visit us over there. But that is it for today's video. I will stop yabbing at you, and I will let you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Until then, make it a great week by trying something new, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! I apologize for today's audio, but I'm working with what I can as far as my health goes, and I'm limited on what I can do physically. So this is as good as it's gonna get today, and I hope it's not too terrible.